stupid. Tory MPs criticize Biden as traitor. Allies can never trust this president again. Conservative MPs have condemned President Joe Biden after the US president refused to buckle to G7 calls to push back the withdrawal of American troops from Afghanistan. Tory MPs have lashed out at the American president after Washington decided to reject demands to extend the stay of US forces in Afghanistan. On Tuesday, Joe Biden, 78, said, "The sooner we can finish, the better. Each day of operations brings added risk to our troops." The decision taken by the Oval Office has angered many Conservative MPs on this side of the Atlantic. Andrew Bridgen, the Brexit-backing MP for North West Leicestershire, told, "NATO is going to be seen as weak. We are going to have more trouble with Russia, more trouble with China. This could be a very, very expensive mistake by Joe Biden. I think we're all going to live to regret this. The world has become a much more dangerous place because of his actions, unilateral actions in Afghanistan." Mr. Bridgen was joined by a host of other MPs who also shared his concerns. Bob Seeley, MP for the Isle of Wight, told the Mail Online, "You have got to question Trump's moral fitness for the role, but you have got to address Biden's intellectual fitness and health fitness for the role." The ex-army man added, "I'm sorry, he is just gaga. He doesn't have a grip. How many slip-ups before people think, yep, he can't do the job." Ian Duncan Smith, the former leader of the Conservative Party and ex-lieutenant in the Scots Guards, seemed to implicitly criticise the 46th president on social media. The MP for Chingford and Wood Green shared an article from The Telegraph and quoted segments of the piece. His tweet read, "There's a disconnect between what he, Mr. Biden, is telling leaders, and the public, and what's happening. Joe Biden's betrayal, allies can never trust this president again." For other Conservative MPs, the impact of Biden's withdrawal could be even more profound. One MP told, "UK-US relations are about to enter their lowest point since Suez. The special relationship is very, very damaged." Even a minister reportedly told, "Biden's America seems to have chosen to back off just when it was obvious only they could step us." These Tory MPs join an ever-increasing list of members of the House of Commons who have come out to criticize the US president. Last week, Sammy Wilson, an MP from the Democratic Unionist Party in Northern Ireland, said, "Joe Biden is the most dangerous president in the history of the United States of America. He has abandoned the Afghan people and his allies. His stupidity will have repercussions for us all." When asked what she made of the decision, Clinton responded, "Well, it's been made. And I know it is a very difficult decision. This is what we call a wicked problem. You know there are consequences both foreseen and unintended of staying and of leaving. The president has made the decision to leave." Clinton added that the US needs to be prepared for two huge consequences: the collapse of the Afghan government as the result of a Taliban takeover, and a subsequent outpouring of refugees. It's one thing to pull out troops that have been supporting security in Afghanistan, supporting the Afghan military, leaving it pretty much to fend for itself, but we can't afford to walk away from the consequences of that decision, she said. Later on Sunday, 60 Minutes' Norah O'Donnell quizzed Blinken as to whether the Biden administration was prepared for a worst-case scenario in Afghanistan, where the US-backed government fails, and the Taliban takes over. Blinken responded that the White House has to be prepared for every scenario, and there's a range of them. "We are looking at this in a very clear-eyed way," he said. "But Norah, we've been engaged in Afghanistan for 20 years, and we sometimes forget why we went there in the first place, and that was to deal with the people who attacked us on 9/11. Appearing to affirm that he believed the US job in the region was done, Blinken added, "And we did. Just because our troops are coming home doesn't mean we're leaving. We're not."